Hi everyone. Now we are going to see about the goals of psychotherapy. In previous video, we have seen the meaning of psychotherapy and the objectives of psychotherapy. So now we are going to see the ultimate goal. What are all the goal of psychotherapy? Okay, come on, let's see. So the purpose or objective or a goal of psychotherapy. So, the first thing is strengthening the person's motivation to do the right thing. The first goal is giving a positive motivation to the client or a individual to overcome their problem. Okay, to make them to understand their own side. Okay, own positive side of themselves. So, motivation helps them to give positive vibes. Okay, that motivation helps the client to change some behavior which are troubling in their day-to-day life. So, to strengthening their own self, motivation is very important, and psychotherapy gives that motivation to have a right chance in their life. Next is reducing their emotional pressure. Okay, this is the thing is like psychotherapy helps to identify the emotional imbalanced feelings in their own self. Okay, where they are emotionally imbalanced, it makes the client to understand where they are lacking. Okay, and it trains the client to overcome or face the emotional pressure and handle in a correct way. So this is a second goal. Okay, handling the emotional feeling in a right way helps into a good result of improvement. Okay, next is realizing their potential for growth. Many individuals are not aware of their own self. What is their capacity? What is their plus? That is like, what is their positive side? No, many of them are not knowing about their own self, the capacity, the capability, the quality of their own self. So, this psychotherapy session helps them to identify the positive side of that particular person. So, that positive side help the person to overcome their situation boldly. The positive side, the capacity, gives us self confidence. So that leads to personal growth that will be highly helpful in their treatment plan. Next is changing behavior. Not every behavior has to be changed. Okay, the behavior which is disturbing them, the behavior which leads the person to issues, like leads the person to emotionally disturbed or leads the person to problem face a problem. Okay, so changing this small behavior will give a big change in their life. Next is modifying the cognitive structure of a person. Cognitive structure of a person is not a big deal, actually, to speak or actually speaking. The cognitive structure is the thing is making the person to change their thinking pattern. Okay, helps the person to identify the positive thinking and negative thinking. Okay, once the person have a routine negative thinking process, that leads to failure and emotionally disturbed feeling and emotionally imbalanced. So once they change their negative feeling into positive side, they can face their problem boldly. Next, gaining self knowledge. Okay, and this psychotherapy helps the people to develop their self knowledge, to know about their self knowledge. Okay, what is it? What is about who they are, etc. And developing interpersonal relationship and communication. It is a big deal actually in nowadays, nowadays generation. Many extroverted people have good interpersonal relationship, and introverted mostly struggle with the inner conflicts. But in recent research have suggested that even extroverted personality have problem in their interpersonal relationship. The thing is, they don't know the way how to they communicate, how to make people happy, how to make people understand. Okay, so developing this interpersonal relationship is a basic thing in psychotherapy, which give a big changes in their life. So focusing on this interpersonal relationship and communication is another important thing. Gaining knowledge and facilitating to develop their decision making skill. So once they gain the knowledge, they can make the decisions properly without anyone's help. Okay, next is changing the bodily state. What or the thing bodily, which is like seeing their physical health, not only the mental health, seeing the physical health also, that also brings some changes. Next, go to make the things in consciousness, like bringing everything to conscious and making them to face. Then changing the social uh, behavior or social environment which they have. Okay, making the client to be social, be much more sociable, and come out from their problem. Okay, thank you.